Hi there. You have found Quantum Christianity, where we are learning how to be a Christian in a quantum world. I am Patty Bowman, and this is Lesson 3. If you are new to my channel, I want you to know that these lessons are set up in numerical order because they build on each other. By starting with Lesson 1, it all makes much more sense. And now let's begin Lesson 3. In 1909, some scientists did an experiment. They took a particle of matter, a photon, which is a particle of light, and they shot it at a target. Before it reached the target, it had to pass through a barrier. This was the plan. Everything went according to plan. Then they did it again, only this time the barrier had 2 openings. They shot the particle and it disappeared. It actually passed through both openings and hit the target as a wave. In other words, this particle changed itself to accommodate the conditions. Who knew there were 2 openings? The particle didn't know, but the scientists did. Is it possible that what the scientists knew influenced the particle? Is it possible that their thinking, their consciousness, their knowledge influenced the particle in the experiment? Yes. That is how the quantum world works. In 1998, this experiment was repeated with the same results. As a matter of fact, the more observers that were there to watch the particle, the greater the effect. We have this old idea that the universe is out there and we are in here. But our consciousness affects the world. By being in this world, we influence the world all the time, just by thinking. Albert Einstein called this spooky science. Initially, he did not believe we had this great effect on the world, but he changed his mind. As followers of Jesus Christ, think of the power we have. All we have to do is think more thoughts of love, more thoughts of peace, more thoughts of happiness to positively impact this vibrational field, this world we live in. Everything vibrates. We are participants, creators in this energetic world. The father of quantum physics, Max Planck, referred to this quantum energetic field as a force, with a conscious mind behind the force. Some people call it the matrix. Others call it a divine matrix, a unified field. Wayne Dyer called it the field of intention. Pam Grout referred to it as the field of potentiality. Some call it a field of possibility, or simply the field. Most Christians call it God. My personal preference is the mind of God. No matter what we call it, we are all living in it. The book of Acts describes it this way. For in him we live, move, and have our being. We are living in this soup called God's love, this energy field full of possibilities, this matrix where we are all connected to each other and to God and to the earth and everything on the earth, basically the entire universe. Romans says, nothing can separate us from God's love. That's because we are each a piece of God. And in Jeremiah, God says, I know the thoughts I think toward you, thoughts of peace, not harm. Do we think thoughts of love and peace? Sometimes. Why not more often? Because what's happening out there in the world is so very captivating. Humans just love drama. Have you noticed? Albert Einstein said, "Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one." We have 60,000 thoughts a day, and 98% of those we thought the day before. How many of your thoughts are grumpy, negative thoughts? And how many are feel-good, positive thoughts? Philippians has something to say about this. Whatever is true, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is gracious, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. In quantum physics, what we think about is very important. Just like a tower sends a signal to our phones, our thoughts send a vibrational signal to the world. What are you thinking about? Become aware of that. As Buddha says, what you think, you become. And Proverbs, as you think in your heart, so you are. Our thoughts may not be grumpy thoughts, but how many of them are worry thoughts? The Bible has a lot to say about that. In Matthew, do not be anxious. God knows what you need. In Philippians, don't worry. Pray with thanksgiving, letting your requests be known to God. Psalm 40, blessed is the one who trusts in God. Romans, everything works together for good. It is a challenge to be aware of our thoughts. So much is coming in to influence our thinking. There's social media and news media and advertising. It adds up. So I have an experiment for you. For 1 week, stop watching the news. Think of it as a fast. And if you've already stopped, then fast from social media for a week. In the comments below, tell me what you chose to fast from and what the results were. And on your way to the comments, hit that thumbs up button and the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next lesson. Until then, keep your light shining with lots of positive thoughts.